Hey everybody, I am Dr. Derek Price once again, and today we are going to dive into Price principle number 160, which is really cool. It's called compounding strength gain through microfracturing. You see, this principle is about intentional stress, whether it is in the gym, in our relationships, or in our personal development. It can lead to incredible growth, and this is pretty much the path to incredible growth. So here comes a big secret. Write all this stuff down. First off, what do I mean by compounding strength gains through microfracturing? In simple terms, it's the idea that when we intentionally stress our muscles, we create breakdown or microfracture. And this means we lift heavy weights and we push ourselves to the limits. And yes, we might even face some disagreements in our relationships when we do that. But the key here is that these microfractures are not catastrophic, they're controlled, and they allow us to rebuild stronger than we were before. So now, why is this principle important? Well, it's crucial for understanding of how growth happens in multiple areas of our lives. You see, in fitness, if we never challenge our muscles, they won't grow. They'll stay where they're at. They'll even degenerate and get weak if we don't use it. In relationships, if I avoid conflict, if I avoid conversation, if I avoid disagreements, then I miss out on the opportunity to heal those breaks, those microfractures, which ultimately galvanize and deepen our bonds. And you see, it's this principle teaches us that the discomfort of the breaking of itself, the microfracturing, is essential for the rebuild and the growing back stronger. And without these microfractures, we remain stuck in our current state, unable to evolve into our best versions of ourselves. So what's the teaching lesson here? Growth requires intentional stress. Just like we go to the gym to break down our muscles, we need to embrace challenge in all aspects and areas of life, whether it's practicing a speech until it's perfect, or navigating through tough conversations with loved ones. Every small challenge helps us build resilience and strength. And let's talk about how we can actually let's put this into the real world. Let's go apply it. So I'm going to give you 3 very specific ways that you can implement the concept of compounding strength gain through microfracturing. Number 1, in fitness. In the gym, focus on progressive overload. Gradually increase the weights that you lift. Give yourself the recovery. Give yourself the sleep. Give yourself the protein. But over time, by challenging yourself, you're going to allow the growth and the recovery of the rest cycle after you break down the muscles to rebuild. And that is what creates strength over time. So each workout should push you a little further. So for example, I do this workout, I break down this muscle. I go get the food and the sleep I need to build that back this much stronger, and then I break it down again. And those continuous cycles of microfracture and repair lead to growth and increased strength gain. Let's talk about professional development. When preparing for, let's just say, a presentation, a speech, an important meeting, you rehearse repeatedly, and each time you practice, you stumble, you're uncomfortable, you don't know what to say, you jumble through your words, but you do that for the sake of breaking yourself down so that every time you come back with a new iteration or rendition, it's better. And you need to embrace that discomfort. It's part of the growth process. It's part of the microfracturing process. And over time, your delivery will become smoother, and you're going to gain confidence, and that's your strength. And just like in the gym, each rehearsal strengthens your skills and reduces your anxiety. Number 3, we're going to talk about relationships. In relationship growth, do not shy away from disagreements, but instead view that as an opportunity to strengthen your bond. And you see, when you navigate through conflict together, my wife, my kids, business partners, you may initially hurt each other's feelings, but if you work through it, you're going to emerge with a deeper understanding of one another. And just like with fitness, the repeated challenge of overcoming conflicts leads to a stronger, more resilient relationship. And that's the goal, right? So to sum it all up, and this is a very simple principle, by embracing microfractures, whether it's in your muscles or your skills or relationships, it sets the stage and allows for growth through repair. It allows for development. And each intentional challenge makes you stronger and more capable. So remember, if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. You've heard me say that. Discomfort is a necessary part of the journey. Lean into it and let it guide you to become the best version of who you are meant to be. Hey man, thanks for joining me today as we explored this compounding strength gain through microfracturing. I hope that you actually find ways to apply this principle in your life. And until next time, keep pushing those limits. Thanks.